The day a blind man sees, the first thing he throws away is the stick that helped him survive. It's not because he's ungrateful, but because he's finally free. In life, some things guide us for a season, but if we cling to them too long, they become cages. What once supported us can silently hold us back. True freedom begins when we dare to let go, not just of objects or habits, but of the need for validation. When you stop living for others' approval, you start living for yourself. And that, finally, is when you begin to see clearly. Sometimes, pain isn't a punishment, it's a signal. You suffer not because you're bad, but because you didn't know when to stop being good to the wrong people. There comes a time when loyalty becomes self-destruction, and giving becomes draining. The truth is, not everyone thinks like you. Not everyone feels the way you do. One of the greatest mistakes we make is assuming that others carry the same heart, the same intentions. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop bleeding for those who wouldn't even hand you a bandage. Wisdom is knowing when to walk away. You can't heal someone who doesn't believe they're wounded. You can't change a person who refuses to see their own faults. The truth is, some people are more committed to their comfort zones than to growth, even if it hurts those around them. Wasting your energy trying to awaken someone who chooses to stay asleep only drains your spirit. The real power lies in shifting your focus inward. Change yourself or change your environment. Because sometimes, the only way to truly move forward is to stop pulling others and start walking your own path. Growth isn't about control, it's about choice. Elegance doesn't come from price tags, it comes from presence. A clean, well-kept appearance speaks volumes before you ever say a word. You don't need luxury to show self-respect. You just need discipline and care. Simplicity, when done with intention, becomes a statement of dignity. Neat clothes, wrinkle-free fabric, and quiet confidence. These small details reflect a deep understanding. How you present yourself is how you honor yourself. Missing someone can feel like a quiet storm in your chest, sudden, aching, and uncontrollable. But just because you miss someone doesn't mean they still belong in your life. The heart can confuse comfort with necessity, especially when it longs for what once was. Yet healing begins when you understand that missing is simply a part of letting go. It's not a sign to go back. It's a sign you're moving forward. Embracing that ache without acting on it is strength. Letting someone go doesn't mean they didn't matter. It means you finally matter to yourself enough to move on. Grief fades and clarity arrives. Not all returns bring peace, and not all absences bring pain. When a promise turns into regret, it's time to walk away. Holding on to broken commitments only keeps you stuck in the past, preventing you from embracing the future. Life's journey is unpredictable, and the people around you will sometimes change without warning. Instead of clinging to what was, recognize when it's time to let go and move forward. Change is inevitable, but how you respond to it shapes your path. Don't waste your energy on situations that no longer serve you. Let go of the past and create space for new beginnings. Living truthfully may not win you many friends, but it will attract the ones who truly matter. Honesty has a way of separating the superficial from the genuine, bringing you closer to those who appreciate the real you. It's easy to hide behind masks, but growth only happens when you face the truth about yourself, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. Don't run from the truth, because it's the only path to becoming the person you're meant to be. Embrace authenticity, and the right people will find their way to you. Knowing when to walk away is one of the hardest, yet most liberating decisions you can make. It takes true strength to leave behind what no longer serves you, especially when it's someone or something that drains your energy. The key isn't just finding the right people, but also having the courage to let go of the wrong ones. If you find yourself asking whether something is worth it, that's a sign it probably isn't. Trust your instincts and free yourself from anything that isn't adding value to your life. Sometimes leaving is the greatest form of self-care. Knowing when to walk away is more powerful than simply choosing the right person. It's a silent strength that lives within you, urging you to step away from those who weigh you down. When you constantly ask yourself if something is worth it, that hesitation is often the answer. It's not. It's not about finding the perfect fit, but knowing when something isn't right for you and having the courage to walk away. Sometimes the hardest part of life is leaving what we've grown accustomed to, but it's often the most freeing decision. Trust yourself and your worth. Self-care often comes in quiet, powerful forms. Forgiving someone in silence and choosing never to speak to them again isn't about holding on to bitterness, but about protecting your peace. When you let go of what no longer serves you, it frees you from the control it once had over your heart and mind. It's not about forgetting, it's about releasing the hold of the past. By no longer caring about what used to weigh you down, you create space for the things that truly matter. Your energy, your well-being, they're yours to protect, and that's the most important form of self-care. Even when life feels like it's falling apart, there's a quiet strength in knowing that eventually everything will fall into place. The struggles we face are just chapters in a larger story, and even in the darkest moments, hope whispers that things will get better. It's not about having all the answers today, but about trusting that time will bring clarity and peace. Eventually, the pieces will align and the storm will pass. Sometimes just holding on is enough. The future is always waiting, ready to surprise us with the beauty of what's to come. As we navigate through life's challenges, it's important to remember that every hardship has an expiration date. The key is to hold on, trust the journey, and let time work its magic. Everything truly will be all right, even if it takes longer than expected. What's your biggest takeaway from these moments of wisdom? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you found strength in tough times. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing wisdom. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and always remember, better days are ahead.